Here's what happened in the qualifying race, round 9 of the FI Motocross World Championship in Italy. Montevarchi, Langenfelder, Kühnen, Perez, Everts and Yannis Raceless all tipped down in the first turn. Andrea Uccellini made a good start, but it didn't last long. He went from first to second in the next couple of corners as Mathis Valin came back past the Italian Valerio Latta inside the top 10. He chinned himself on the way through the chicane there at the top of the hill. Would eventually come back to 20th, not the start or the race that he wanted at home. Carlos Raceless was having a good ride, but so too was Guillaume Perez. Picked himself up off the deck at turn 1 and all of a sudden found himself in 4th. Sasha Kühnen also having a good ride until the back end stepped out here as he chased down Maxime Gros. He did find his way back past very quickly though to move ahead of the Frenchman. Perez wasn't done yet. He went after Jens Wolvort. That put him into 2nd on lap 7, which is where he stayed. Camden McClellan also found his way past the KTM rider. That put him up into 3rd on lap 9. That's where he would finish. Sasha Kühnen, he was next to find his way past the 48. Got around the outside. Kühnen eventually came home in 4th. Found his way past Zanots just behind him there a moment earlier. Kühnen was 4th, Zanots was 5th. But it was Mathis Valin for the 2nd time this year. Perez 2nd, McClellan 3rd, Kühnen and Zanots your top 5.
Ha vinto questa qualifica, quando vincono, quindi è naturale che anche lui le abbia espresse.
In the MXGP qualifying race here at the Miraval, Romain Febvre, your pole man, he had to break early through that first turn as Jan Panzer on the MXGP-TV KTM came away with the whole shot. Albi Ferrato was right there in 2nd, Vial in 3rd, Kai de Wolf in 4th, but he also had a big crash in the time practice session, so were his days numbered and his laps numbered. He was definitely feeling a bit second hand. So too was Ruben Fernandez, who was a little bit further down the order. Championship leader Lucas Kühnen and Jeffrey Hurlings, they were buried outside of the top 10 on the opening lap, but ahead of them, Tim Geiser found his way past Albi Ferrato. That put him up into 2nd place. Adamo then found his way past his fellow countryman as well. But up front here, this was the battle. 2 Slovenians, Jan Panzer and Tim Geiser. Geiser finding his way through to take over the lead. That was early on. Ferrato's pass, Adamo's pass on Ferrato, that was for 3rd. But when you look here, there was a mistake from Vial, and then, of course, Verlandren went down. That got him out of the points. He would eventually finish in 11th position. Ferrato then went defensive. That stopped the charge of Lucas Kühnen, and that allowed the number 1 of Romain Febvre to move by. He then went after Ferrato and made that move stick, and that was for 5th. That's where Febvre would finish. Kühnen eventually got up to 6th with his pass on Ferrato. Hurlings would also find his way past the Italian for 7th on the final lap, but it was Tim Geiser for the first time this year, his first win in the qualifying race since round 4 last year in Switzerland. Panzer was 2nd, Adamo 3rd, Renault 4th, Febvre was 5th, Kühnen and Hurlings 6th and 7th.